Hello and welcome. You're here with Heidi Love. I am your host for Recovery Talk, which happens every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time. We are part of Compassion Talks, which is put on through Love Coach Academy. So 7 days a week, there's amazing hosts and talks about all kinds of different topics. And you can find that at lovecoachacademy.com, which is scrolling across the bottom. And today I have a special guest coming. She's going to be a bit late, but she will be here with me. So stay tuned for that. And our topic today is gratitude as an action and how that creates manifestation. And we're going to talk about those two topics and dive in deep to gratitude and manifestation. And certainly everything I have to share is not the law or the rule. It's my experience. And this has been kind of a path in my recovery of what is this all about? And I'm going to share that with you. And I think that Joni is here. Yay! I have my bestie on today.
Hi.
There is Miss Joni.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
It's got a weird sound.
Is it sounding weird? Is it fuzzy?
No, now it's okay. You sounded like a machine.
Oh, weird. It sounded like a robot. So introduce yourself, Joni.
Hi, how are you? I am not a robot. My name is Joni Max.
Joni Max, Miss Joni Max.
Yeah.
So I'm here on the big island of Hawaii today, and Joni is a longtime friend, colleague, sister in recovery, partner in crime. She's just one of my favorite people in the world. And the topic,
I just have to stop you there. But
okay.
It's the good kind of crime.
The good kind of crime. Good.
Yeah.
So Joni and I used to do a talk called Soul Sisters Recovery Talk. For old time's sake, you want to sing our little ditty?
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey,
soul sister.
Better get that flow, sister.
Oh, we have a lot of fun together. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I always have a blast with you. And so, speaking of gratitude, I just want to give my gratitude to this woman that's sitting on the call with me. She is part of an example of recovery that's such a gift in recovery. Is that many of us that have had addiction have done and said and acted in ways that we're completely ashamed and embarrassed of and mortified to tell anyone. And it's one of the most beautiful gifts to reveal yourself to another human. And I think one of the most intimate things that can happen in humanity is when you can fully share yourself, all your shadow side, all your light side, and have someone return love in the face of that. And that is something that I've gotten to share with Joni and that I have immense gratitude for. And because she's in the world, it's a safer place for me to be. So thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So we will dive into our topic. I first want to say that if I look distracted and you see me typing, it's because I'm able to talk with you in the comment box on Facebook. So if you say hello or post what you're grateful for, we can see it. If you have questions for Joni and I, also put them in the comments. And then I have a special gift for you guys today that you're going to love. So stay on the call, and about halfway through, I'll let you know how you can get that gift. And it's for your body, mind, and spirit. And I'm excited to share it with you.
Yeah. I want to know now. I can't wait.
You can't wait that long. Too bad. Just kidding. So I want to share, and I'm curious what your experience has been, Joni, that like gratitude is such a buzzword. Like you should be grateful, you know? And I know being a person that has suffered from depression and also addiction, that I used to hear that and I used to cringe because there were times in my life, and right now is not one of them, but there were times in my life where I honestly couldn't feel grateful. I thought it was a feeling. And I'm like, but I don't feel grateful. And all that I could think about is the negative things in my life. And I couldn't access that feeling. Have you had that experience, Joni?
Oh, I definitely have. But, I'm a recovering, as Heidi said, I'm a recovering addict. And I was anorexic when I was 13. I just hated myself. There was something spiritually. I always feel like, physiologically you can be screwed up, psychologically you can be screwed up, and spiritually. So I was somebody born into this world for whatever reason that had to work on all three of those all three of those things in order to get to a place where I could really experience a calm, a more peacefulness, and then get to a place of gratitude. Sure, I mean, I had plenty of moments when I was spiritually kind of a wreck, and psychologically totally a wreck, and physiologically super wrecked. So and in spite of all those things, there were moments where I could, feel grateful. But a lot of what I do, I think, is now that I have some time and, being clean and sober, and we are talking about recovery talk, and the program is really what has worked for me, the 12-step programs. And also I've worked with Heidi. She's been my therapist for how many years now? 3,
5 or 3 or 5, I don't know.
3 to 5 years, a long time. And the program has really worked for me. Some of the concepts of the program shift from the place that I was in, darkness and living in deceit and lies and using, to a place where I actually do have to be clean and sober. Otherwise, in order to stay in the lighter side of my life and the light, and not go down to the depths of darkness, and acting out. So if I can get to that place, then I have more chances, moments where I feel grateful. And then just the last thing is that a lot of times what I do is, if I have a negative thought, I just try to identify it. Okay, I'm having a negative thought. And then I try to replace it with, but, oh, really? It's warm in here. It's like I'm feeling lonely. Oh, really? Am I? Let me focus on, higher power. Just whatever your higher power is for you. If it's sitting on this chair, it's like, this chair feels good. Whatever higher power is for you, I just try to be with that. And I'm not even sure what that is, but I try to be with that, or try to replace a negative thought with a positive one.
Yeah, I think that's such a great example, and I call it a pattern interrupt, and we're going to talk about that tool later. And so if you guys are out there listening and you're thinking, yeah, I don't feel gratitude, I want to share something with you, because I was taught a long time ago that gratitude doesn't have to be a feeling. It's a wonderful feeling when you can feel into it and live into it and experience the feeling of gratitude. It's amazing, but it doesn't have to be a feeling. It's an action.
It's wonderful. It's marvelous. You're marvelous, darling. You look marvelous. That you should care for me. It's wonderful.
I love Joni singing. That's part of what I wanted to manifest today. So maybe she'll sing more for us. Joni was a professional museum.
I'm 65 years old. I am a museum. Thank you. I resemble that remark.
Oh my God. A professional musician. And I'm a professional speaker, if you can tell how well I'm saying my words today. We're a pair. I want to say aloha to Daryl. Thanks for jumping on. And Daryl was going to talk with me today, and he couldn't. He was working. He's an amazing guy, and I hope to sometime have him on the talk. But so gratitude as an action, that's what I want to talk about first, because we always don't feel it. If you're depressed, you don't feel it. If you feel like your life is a shit show, you don't feel it. If there's a lot going on in the world, you don't feel it. And what I want to tell you is we can't think and feel ourselves into right action, but we can act our way into right thinking and feeling. So action is the magic word here. And I was taught that you use gratitude as an action until you feel it. And I'm going to tie that into manifestation. But first, I really want to nail that home. So I want you to think of something in your life you want to be grateful for. But when you think of it, all you think about is the lack of having whatever it is you want. Post that in the chat box. If there's something you want to be grateful for, like let's say you want to be grateful for great health, but you're sick right now. So you can't access that feeling. And when you think about being grateful for health, you get really upset and feel horrible because you feel terrible in your body. Does anybody experience that? There's a million examples that I could give you. And so what happens with manifestation is that the universe responds to how we feel. It's like a magnet. If you take a magnet and you put a paper clip by it, it sticks to it. And the universe does that to us. And there's all this range of possibility in the universe. I want you to think of a television for a moment. Let's say you have 200 channels of cable, right? All those frequencies, channels, whatever you want to call them, they're all possible. They're all invisible. But if the TV's tuned into channel 50, what shows up? Only what's on channel 50. And so you have a smaller range of possibility, but all those are possible, but whatever the TV is tuned into, that's what's showing up on the screen. So if you want to change the channel, you have to push a button, changes what the TV is tuned into, and something new shows up. So for us, we have all this range of possibility, but we also get stuck in patterns where our range seems limited. So in our thinking, how does thinking play into this? How does manifestation play into this? And let me pause for a minute. Do you want to jump in on any of that before I go forward? All right, you guys, in the chat box, I want to see if there's something that when you think about it, it upsets you instead of brings a good feeling or gratitude. So one thing that I've learned about manifestation is this magnet field of attraction. So if what you're focusing on is the pain you have or the lack you have or all the reasons not to be grateful, the universe kind of keeps bringing that again. You know, in your range of possibility, I'm sure there's some positive things, and then there may be a lot of trauma, chaos. I've heard a lot of people in recovery say, you know, I'm addicted to chaos. I had to learn that I was addicted to chaos and get out of it. Yeah, jump in anytime, Joni. I feel like I'm talking a lot. I'm going to check the comment box here. Hi,
I don't know
Skyra.
if anybody else is having a problem. Your voice is distorted. I don't know if anybody, I don't know if it's happening for other people.
Can you guys type in the chat box for me if my voice is distorted? It is. Are you on an iPhone, Joni? Are you on your phone?
Yes.
Can you get on a computer?
No.
Shit.
Now
I
it's
think
not. Now it's not distorted again. I didn't know if it was for other people too.
I know I can't tell. It says her voice is good. Is my voice okay? Okay, I think it's okay for other people.
Okay, good.
Sometimes with the iPhone, it happens. I did that on a call with Paul the other day. I only had my iPhone and I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I'm sorry about that. So with the negative thinking, we attract more things to be ungrateful for. So how does gratitude tie into manifestation? If we are in a state of lack, if we're in a state of negative thinking, if we're in a state of depression, we're matching that vibration. So if we don't feel grateful, one thing that we can do is do the practice of gratitude. And if it will eventually create a good feeling. So let's practice gratitude right now, Joni. Give me 3 things that you're grateful for today.
Okay. Well, I'm grateful to be online here. I can't see who's out there, but I know there's some people out there. Hello. Let's see. I'm grateful that I've started a prayer and I'm focusing it on program just for the last 2 days with my sponsor. We just do a reading and then meditate for 5 minutes, and then ask a question to higher power, and then just sort of, like you're saying, imagine that higher power is coming through for the answer. So it's like, I don't
I
know.
love it.
So it's kind of like fake it till you make it. So it's just a practice. So I'm really grateful for that. For some reason, I feel more calm the last couple of days, and it's strange, like strangely calm. Because I'm not usually. And I'm also grateful for Heidi. She's one of my best friends.
Thank you, Joni. Touch my heart. I'm so glad to be here with you. So I would love for you online. I see Jeanette and Gary. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Kit. I'm so glad you're all with us. I want you guys to type 3 things in the gratitude box in the Facebook comments, and I will read them, because guess what? Sharing gratitude with someone else makes you feel good. I feel good because I heard Joni just share her gratitude, and I'm also going to share 3 gratitudes. So I am grateful that all of you guys are on this call with me, because it's certainly boring to talk by myself. And I have a high need to contribute. So when you're with me, I feel like I can contribute, and that also makes me feel good. So I'm grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Grateful to get to contribute. I am grateful that I'm going to have a new adventure. That's something I've never done in my life, and I like new things. Taking a piece of land that's raw and building on it, and living more in the jungle and outdoor oriented, and that's super exciting. And oh, she said I'm pronouncing it right. Yay! I'm glad. Thank you for being grateful for us all. So you guys list 3 things you're grateful for. I'm grateful my daughter is detoxing from her addiction. Oh, yes, prayers coming your way. That is wonderful. And I am grateful. That just reminds me that I'm super grateful to be in recovery, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't even be here. So hi, Skyra. So great to have you on. And she says, that's so awesome. So as you guys can see, I can read the comments. So let's hear some things you're grateful for. I'd love to read them. So as we share gratitude with another person, as we make it a practice, we start to feel into the feeling of gratitude. And when we feel better, we attract better things. And that's the thing I've learned about manifestation. Hi, Noreen. Thankful for being able to be on the call, able to get rid of my mom's negativity, and happy my husband understands my family dysfunction. Yay for understanding husbands. I love that. We'll celebrate that too. Another comment, thankful for physical changes in my office, a new year, a new start. My son called twice today, and that's super connecting for me. And thank you for Al-Anon and other amazing 12-step programs. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And grateful for connection with friends, the land to build, and to be sober. I'm grateful for my granddaughter will be in a less dysfunctional atmosphere. Grateful that I have a new sponsee. It's so awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It is really good stuff. Things to be grateful for. And again, no matter what position you are in life, no matter what's going on in the world, there's always something to be grateful for. You can be grateful. I've had to really reach for it at the times when I shared that I'm depressed and can't feel it. Go ahead, Joni.
And look, outside in Marin, it's raining. It's raining men. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's
Raining
raining
men.
men. Hallelujah. It's raining men outside. I'm grateful.
I'm on the way. No, just kidding. Oh, great words, Kit, it says. And love rain, Jeanette says. Yeah, I love the rain too. We get quite a bit here in Hawaii, but super grateful for the Californians that don't need to be in a drought. So bring it. Bring those men raining down.
That's right. Bring it on, honey. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
So as you start to feel into being grateful, you have more things to be grateful for. So I want to recommend that you start a gratitude practice. There's many ways to do it. I suggest that you team up with somebody, have an accountability buddy, and you each text each other or call each other and tell each other 3 things that you're grateful for that day. And if you have to reach for it, I mean, I've literally sat outside and watched leaves fall, and I was grateful that I could watch the movement of the leaf coming down. I've been grateful to watch a caterpillar crawl across the ground when I couldn't reach for actually things in my life. I mean, there's always something you can reach for. I love the smell of coffee. I'm grateful for the smell of coffee. And some days that's all that I could come up with, you know? So start somewhere real, and start to practice gratitude. So one way is to do that with a friend. You can have a gratitude journal where you write 3 things down for yourself every day and you can reread it. I have a gratitude practice with my partner. We start our day laying in bed, snuggling. We say a couple's prayer together, and then we tell each other 3 things we're grateful for about the other person or about the relationship. So you can also apply it to your relationship. And it's a beautiful practice to bring into your day, and it starts the boat with manifesting. And what does this have to do with manifesting? The more grateful you are, the more things in your life you have to be grateful for. So you're manifesting the feeling of gratitude. And if we're grateful, we're enjoying life more. Would you agree, Joni Max? I don't know if she can hear me. I must be crackling up again.
Yeah, you were crackling. I didn't hear any of that. You just but I'm still smiling though.
You're still smiling. Isn't she cute?
Yeah. So now I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So I'm not sure what you were talking about. But as far as being grateful, yeah, it's really helped me a lot. And I have not been doing a gratitude list, and I know there's that word should. I know I should. And I kind of hate to use words like that, because it's like, come on, just do it. But you know how that is, where you should, if you were doing something, if I was doing something and I could feel better, yet I don't do it. So that's interesting.
Yeah, who can relate to that? We know we want to be doing something, but we can't get ourselves to do it.
That's why what you said about having a partner, I'm sorry, is a really good practice that really enforces, doing it instead of just leaving it to your own devices.
Yep. And we shouldn't should on ourselves. This is not to shame you because you're not doing it. No. If we should be doing something, well, an accountability buddy, like Joni says, is really helpful. And let's not should on ourselves.
Yeah.
So this says, share this, lovelies. Thanks, so beautiful. I'm grateful for being able to be in Guatemala during this pandemic, and for finally having a grounded home and living in a safe village the last 2 months. Beautiful. For my neighbors and landlord and his wife. Grateful for this universal shift and for financial abundance.
Wow.
Love it. Love that. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
See some beautiful gratitudes in there. So as you're doing a gratitude practice, you'll start to see things change. And let's dive deeper into manifestation. So I studied manifestation for a long time, and I was hell-bent on creating my own reality. I believed into all that quantum field and The Secret and all those things. And I worked really hard at manifesting what I wanted. And guess what happened in the process? I got exhausted. I experienced that I was doing it wrong, that something must not be going right, because I was so attached to how it happened. And I just got all messed up in it. And again, I said in the beginning of the call, this isn't law. I don't know what's true about it, but this has been my experience. So in recovery, I learned that we need to accept, and we need to turn our will over to the divine or to the higher power. So that got me all confused. I'm a black and white addict thinker. So I was like, either create your own reality and you're all in control, or you're powerless and you have no control and you just have to go with whatever God's will is that day. And so I was very confused, like, well, how does creating anything fit into this? And how does acceptance fit into this? And for those of you in recovery, you've read the passage, acceptance is the answer to all our problems today. And if something is wrong in the world, something is wrong with you because you're not accepting it, in a nutshell. So that also messed me up. I'm like, wow, am I just supposed to accept this crazy relationship that I'm in, and my husband relapsed, and am I exposed to accept abuse? And I've had people, bring those things up. Are we just supposed to accept all of that? So I'm going to kind of bring those three things together, the like following God's will and letting go, the acceptance and manifestation, how I kind of look at it now. And again, not the law, just where I'm at today with it. I'm probably sure next year I'll share something different. I'm going to read a couple of these comments, finally getting it. Hi, Karen. So glad you're on. We missed Timothy today and Susie Bird. What's Susie Bird, Jeanette?
Hey, what am I, chopped liver?
Chopped liver? Speak up.
Timothy. Hey, Timothy. Hey, what?
We could kick Timothy off. No, just kidding. Timothy, did you hear that? She's trying to take your place. Good thing when he takes a week off, he never listens to the replay. Just tagging her to join. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Jeanette. Thanks for spreading the word. I'm grateful that you're sharing my talk. Thank you. That's awesome. So, Joni, what do you think about manifestation or acceptance or any of that I shared about before I tie it all together?
Well, I didn't hear a lot of it. I was trying to read your lips, but I have read The Secret, and like attracts like, and I definitely believe that it is possible to manifest. I don't know that I can describe it quite like you do, but at least you can manifest within yourself, and then, I mean, in the Buddhist philosophy, I know they say everybody is everybody. And even a thought, one thought that you have goes out into the universe, and changes things. So manifestation is there.
It's really interesting when we think well of somebody, wherever they're at on the planet, it literally boosts them. And if you have somebody in your household right now, you can do this test. You can do a muscle test check. So you would hold their arm out and you'd push down. Let's see if I can get over here. You'd push down as hard as you can with two fingers and tell them to resist your arm. Okay. You don't tell them what you're thinking about, but you think positive of them and their arm will be strong. And then you tell them to do it again and you think a bunch of negative thoughts about them. And when you push their arm, it'll be weaker, like physically weaker. It makes your system. When you're not thought well of. And so don't think for a minute that you don't have an impact on people with your negative thinking. And when we think positive, it impacts us. When we think positive, it impacts others. It's why in recovery we do resentment work and we try to have compassion for other people, also being sick individuals. I've seen this happen. It's amazing, Kit says. Yeah, it is so cool, right? That we can have that kind of effect.
Yeah, I mean, it really is amazing. And you can see, and I'm not going to get into specifics about politics, but you can see what happens with modern politics over the last few years. And like I said, I'm just going to keep it real. But if somebody is coming from a place of anger and resentment and rage and tells lies, people, that's what's going to get manifested. If you come from a place, and people often believe, certain people. So, but if you come from a place from truth and love, that is what people are going to feel, and hopefully that's what you will manifest.
Yeah. Do you want to manifest more fear in the world or more safety? Do you want to manifest more hate and division, or do you want to manifest love? I mean, those are big things that we can affect.
She said it better than I did. Much better.
Are you judging yourself, and does that make your muscles weaker? Now you have to sing.
No,
you have to sing.
You said it better.
Sing the serenity prayer.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change the courage to change the things I cannot. Wisdom to know the difference.
Yay. Who's grateful for Joni's voice right now? I love her voice. Love to hear this woman sing. You guys post it, cheer on. So I would like to ask you to post one thing. Jeanette says, nice voice. I would like you to post one thing in the chat box that you would like to manifest. And we're going to put it in the energy field. Why not? It'll be fun.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I'm going into the chat. I probably shouldn't have gone in the chat box, right?
That's okay. Kit says, love the Serenity song. You can get out of the chat box, just close it. So how do we tie together the acceptance, the gratitude, and the manifestation? So this is kind of how I look at it in my mind now. So I know that if I think about something that I want and it brings bad feelings, then it's not going to help me manifest it. So here is the secret. Are you guys ready? You can take a pen and paper if you want. And Daryl, our friend in the Bay, Joni, he says, dang, not sing. Oh, wait, damn, she can sing. Not sang, sing, LOL. Yes, she can. And you should hear her when she's got her band and she's dancing and you just can't think about anything else. Talk about presence. This woman can run a stage.
Shaking my stuff around.
Yeah, shake your stuff. A functional, loving, successful man. Ooh, so we're bringing that into the energy field. A functional, loving, successful man. I love it.
Nice.
We are lost in space is also another comment. And Daryl, we want to know what you want to manifest. So write it in there. And Kit and everybody else on the call, let's hear one thing you'd like to bring into your energy field for manifestation. So here's the secret. You think about what you want to manifest. And if it brings up a bad feeling, then it's not going to help you manifest it. So then you have to do the second step. So first step is think about what you want to manifest and recognize what feelings it brings up. Number two is think about what you want to manifest and think about if it actually happened, what good feelings would you have? And write those down. So Joni, you give me one. What's one thing you want to manifest?
I would like to, sing again and record songs so that I can at least get online and put songs out and really do it instead of just talking about it. But it's been difficult because, not being able to get together with musicians. I like to record with people in the same space that I'm in. So that's what I want to do.
So does that ever bring up negative feelings when you think about that, like beating yourself up or feeling bad?
Yeah, a little bit because, I haven't been doing it and I say I'm going to do it and then I haven't been doing it, but it's been difficult because of COVID. But then.
So you guys can see the very thing she wants to manifest sometimes doesn't bring great feelings. So you guys are following along, right? So second step is let's see what Joni would actually feel if that manifested. So if you could be back playing with amazing musicians, putting songs out on social media, getting gigs again, running, the stage, what feelings would you get that are positive?
Oh, just, moments of supreme joy, ecstasy, sometimes, just being conscious. That's always been a place as soon as I start singing, for some reason, it's like a place of being conscious and not being conscious at the same time, which is kind of interesting feeling. Like some people get it when they're jogging or some people get it like when they're riding a bike or other things, so there.
So then you write down the feelings. So she'd write down ecstasy and extreme joy. And then here's the third skill. So now you've figured out what you want to manifest. You've kind of checked in. Does it make me feel bad because I don't have it? Maybe yes, maybe no. Second step is, what would I feel if I actually manifested it, and finding those positive feelings? Okay, this is where manifestation lies. So if we took her feeling of joy and ecstasy, and she can't reach those feelings thinking about wanting to do what she wants because there's COVID in the way, and because she can't meet with bands, and because she's not doing it, she needs to look at what brings joy and ecstasy right now that she can access. So that's the next step. What can I do right now to bring those feelings into my body? And so what could you do, Joni? What makes you feel joy and ecstasy that you know you can access now?
Well, I mean, having a great meal is a great. I love food, so having a great meal.
Yeah. So she could think about something that simple that she can access, and think about the taste of it. And she's an amazing cook. So the aroma of cooking, how it makes her feel when other people eat her food and love it, like me. It's my favorite thing when I go to the Bay and she cooks for me. I love, oh, I made it all about me again.
Don't you forget that. Don't you forget that, all you men out there. I can cook, I can shake my stuff, and I can sing.
Woo! She's catch. The my guy better behave, or I'm definitely going to the. All right. So we are lost in space. Let's see. So, I want to stick with that, and then I'm going to read your guys' comments. So I'm still here with you, and thank you for being on with us still. And I'm also going to give that gift really soon. So don't let me forget that, Joni. So Joni needs to access the feelings that she would get in manifesting the music. So if she can't reach it by thinking about the music, she needs to think about the meal, or her little doggies that she loves, or something else that would bring her heart joy and help her feel ecstasy. Maybe it's being on the Peloton. She loves the Peloton. So it's reaching for something that can give you the feeling. So when you have the feeling, what does the universe do?
Are you
Do you hear
talking?
that? Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
I'm
No,
talking to you.
Are you talking to me? Hey.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Are you listening to me?
I didn't hear any of that, but I imagine
Okay.
that.
So what does the universe do for you when you actually have the feelings, the good feelings?
Well, I like to think that, and this is another thing that I think, higher power, it envelops me with, a blanket of joy.
Yeah, a blanket of joy. So what is the magnet thing we talked about? If you're feeling joyful and ecstasy, what's the universe bring you more of? More joy, more ecstasy. If we're feeling lack, we get more lack. If we're feeling depression, we get more depression. So this is not to shame people, especially with depression, because honey, I have been there where I couldn't feel anything good. So, but you access the lowest thing you can feel. Whatever is real for you, you reach for the next thing you can feel. If you can't reach for joy and ecstasy right now, you reach for a feeling of comfort. Wrap up with a pillow. Oh, I'm comfortable. Oh, now that I'm comfortable, can I reach for a happy thought? Oh, I love flowers. That makes me feel happy. Okay, now that I'm happy, can I reach for the next higher vibration? And so you go step by step in the positive feelings. That is what helps you manifest. So how does that tie into acceptance and having whatever the will is happen? It happens because when we're attached to the outcome of our manifestation, we often don't feel the happy feelings, and we often don't manifest it. So when we access the feeling that I would give us, the feeling that it would give us, guess what the universe does? It delivers those feelings, and it's not attached to a certain thing. We might think having a home would do it, or having a certain guy or gal would do it. And so we focus on that and we don't get it. But if we focus on the feelings we would get if we have those things, the universe will deliver those feelings, and maybe we get it in a delightful thing we could never imagine. So that's where the will of the divine comes in. That's where having acceptance and turning the results over come in mind. we stick with the feeling and we know the universe will bring it to us, and it brings it to us in all kinds of delightful ways. So I'm going to pause there and let that sink in. You guys can argue with me about it if you want. And I'm going to read some of these things. So Gallon here would love to manifest a home. So Skyra, if you would write what feelings you would get when that home is done, write them into the chat box. Oh, she already did. Would feel more joy, stability, and creativity. I love it. So focus on what makes you feel joy, stability, and creativity right now. So same like my sweet friend Kit and Johnny, I would love to manifest loyal, committed, loving, generous, healthy man who is spiritual and woke and a great musician to sing and record songs and play live music with me wherever is most needed. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Joni, turn up your volume, they said, if they can. So just talk closer to the phone if you can, or talk louder. Skyra Lemire, great. It can happen. Lost a home in 2013. Just bought a home and condo in July. Where do you want to buy a home? I love it. Also, I got a down payment assistance from City of Roseville, California. Look at you guys supporting each other. I love it. So does everyone get a good feeling when they get something free that makes them feel good? Say yes in the chat box if you like that. Yay! Jeanette Dever, yes, I have no doubt. A year ago, I couldn't imagine how I would get land. Just bought land in Hawaii and plan to build off-grid for a small community. Yay, Simon, that's so exciting. And they said, yes, yes. Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys a free thing. And this is something I'm totally grateful for because my daughter, who I'm so proud of and so grateful for, created it. Her name is Carly. And I am going to run it across the banner, the free thing. So just give me a minute while I do this logistically. And maybe while I'm doing that, Joni can jump in.
Oh, okay. Actually, I wasn't quite ready for that, but
I put you on the spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I'm trying to find this right now. Give me a second. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so it is Yoga by Carly Lynn. She did a 10-day free yoga challenge, and I'm going to tell you where to find it right now. So Carly loves teaching yoga. She does beautiful 30-minute classes, and she started a YouTube station, and she has a 10-day New Year's free yoga challenge. So I challenge you to go get your body in the groove, to feel good, to do something nourishing and spiritual for yourself. And it's Yoga by Carly Lynn, youtube.com/user/Carly Chrisanel, and I'll leave it across the bottom so you can write it down. But that is free to you and a gift from my daughter. And I have to say, I am so grateful for my kids. I know that I've shared this on some of the recovery talks before, but I didn't have a great passion for life. I was a very dark thinker, kind of depressive, went through a lot in my life. I've lived a life, pretty hard one, and didn't have a lot of inspiration to live. I didn't really care, actually. And I believe these two little divine beings were given to me. And I was very young, 23 and 25 when I had my kids. And they gave me a purpose and a passion and a focus and lit a fire in me that I never had before. And so I am forever grateful for that. And still today, my kids are doing that for me. Carly inspires me because I love doing yoga, but I'm like Joni. Sometimes I want to do something or I should do something and I can't get my butt to do it. But because I love to support my daughter, I get my butt up and I do yoga with her. So she teaches all the way from Germany live on Instagram and then also has her YouTube station. So check her out, follow her on Instagram, Yoga by Carly Lynn. And woot woot, Yoga by Carly Lynn said, Jeanette Dever, let's stay connected. I'll send you, yes, please. Okay, great. So you guys write that down and enjoy the yoga and comment on her and support her and make her feel good too for getting out there in the world. And I'm so proud of her. And there's my little infomercial for the daughter that I love. All right. So back to, I need a drink of water. Whew, talking too much. So there's nothing wrong with other people lifting you up. I think that's part of the beauty in recovery. We don't have to do it alone. I know that when I was visiting the Bay Area, Joni is amazing at exercising. She's very disciplined. And I wanted to get up and do it with her. When I'm alone, I don't like to do it. I just do stuff better in partnership, in accountability. And I think many of us are like that. And so there's no shame in that. Can get help when we need it. And in saying that, I offer free strategy sessions. It's like a 20-minute session. You can message me or call me or go to my website and set up a 20-minute time with me and have a clarity session. And we'll see what you're wanting to work on, where you want to go, and see if it's a fit. And that is complimentary to you. And Joni can tell you some of the results of working with me. We've worked together over the years doing repatterning with her.
Yeah, the repatterning is really seems to work. I mean, I'm stubborn. I'm a really stubborn addict. I've gotten through a lot of different addictions, and I'm stubborn. I mean, really stubborn. Did I say that? Did I tell you I was stubborn? So, so I'm difficult, and there's something about the repatterning that just worked for me. It just seemed to sink in. Like, I would do a repatterning treatment with Heidi, and then sometimes it might take a couple treatments, but something would shift.
Thank you. So thanks for letting us know, Jeanette. Have a secretary commitment at 6:30. Thank you for being of service. Just letting you know I'll have to leave at 6. And then I love this comment. Now we all just need a hot man to practice hot yoga with Carly with. I love it. Yeah. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. So are you guys clear on the gratitude practice? If yes, or not gratitude practice, and are you clear on the manifestation practice? To look at what you want to manifest, if it brings negative feelings, to identify the feelings you would have if it manifests, and then to go into whatever you can get into to feel good. So that is also the secret to obsessive negative thinking. Who on the call has obsessive negative thinking? I am a chronic obsessive thinker. I can think my way into insanity in a matter of minutes. Itty bitty shitty committee. So one of the practices that I use is the same. The minute I start thinking down that track, I self-talk. I remind myself, is this going to get you anywhere? If the answer is no, then I do an immediate pattern interrupt. I access the first happy feeling that I can feel, because my obsessive thinking never makes me feel good. Does anybody have obsessive thinking that makes them feel good? So I access the first thing I can think about that makes me feel okay, that makes me feel good. And usually that's gratitude, because it's a super quick practice to go to. And that is also, and Joni shared that in the beginning of the call, that's a pattern interrupt for her. The minute she has a negative thought, she replaces it with presence. Like, oh, I'm looking at the fan rolling around. Oh, I'm washing the dishes. So you can get present, or you can replace it with a thought that makes you feel better. And presence automatically makes you feel better. Getting present in the moment. What are you doing now? My hands are on the wheel driving. I'm getting my pants on right now. I'm brushing my teeth. How does this toothbrush feel on my gums? I mean, these are things that I had to do to retrain the mind. And what is amazing is the mind is wonderful, and it can be against us or it can be for us. So I suggest you get your mind working for you. Yes, Gary. Me too, LOL. I found mantra and singing works well. I also love mantra, Skyra. Thank you for bringing that up. Deva, Pramel, and Mitten are some of my favorite mantra singers. They also have a great meditation online right now. So it's DEVA and PREMAL. And I'll type that in the chat box too if you want to check it out for mantras.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Deva Primal.
Yeah, Joni and I have a singing meditation I just remembered, and it's Let Go and Let God. And that is on YouTube on my station. Look up Heidi Love, Let Go, Let God. Let me see if it comes up. And Joni and I did kind of a fun moving meditation. It's not a lay down, fall asleep. It's like groovy, get in your body, stand up, close your eyes, and groove with us. Let's see if I can find it. So yeah, that's you can look that up on YouTube on my station. And I'm going to read to you something. This is from, you guys see this? A Gift from the Course in Miracles.
Oh.
I love this book. So the power of thought. Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Every thought you have brings either peace or war, either love or fear. From insane wishes come an insane world. From judgment comes a world condemned, including ourselves, guys. So those of us shitting on ourselves, we're condemning ourselves. We do not need to judge wherever we're at. If we're negative thinking, don't judge it. Be appreciative that you notice it and that now you have a tool to change it. Mm-hmm. And from forgiving thoughts, a gentle world comes forth. What you must recognize is that when you do not share a thought system, you are weakening it. Those who believe in it, therefore, perceive this as an attack on them. This is because everyone identifies himself with his thought system, and every thought system centers on what you believe you are, and you can change your beliefs. You are free to believe what you choose, and what you do attests to what you believe. Let me look on the world I see as the representation of my own state of mind. I know that my state of mind can change, and so I also know the world I can change as well. So we do have power.
And I'd like to add, senior women are hot.
That's a new belief. If you don't have it now, adopt it. I love it. I'm typing that in the chat box.
Okay.
Want to come say hi to Tony? There was my other guest that was going to come, but he had to work too much.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
You're going to get in the video. So I'm grateful for this guy that makes me laugh every day. Even if we're pissed at each other, it makes me laugh. That's good. You want to say some words about gratitude before we close? Put you totally on the spot.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I don't always get what I ask for.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm grateful I get what I ask for, and sometimes I'm grateful I don't get it.
So I want to see if we can get Joni to sing another song for us. I lost control, don't know who I am without a soul.
Oh, yeah, she's singing one of the recovery songs that I wrote. Heidi wrote a really good recovery song with me. I'll play it for you guys sometime.
I put her on the spot. She's not doing it. But remember, senior women are hot.
Remember, senior women are hot.
So if you want to hit up Joni Max, look her up. I know. Private message me so I can filter you.
Be careful what you ask for.
Watch out, careful what you ask for.
Because you might get it.
All right. Well, I think you guys are clear on some fun things to use for obsessive thinking to get on the track with manifesting, and make sure you start your gratitude practice. I would give you the challenge. Just go on my Facebook page and post 3 things you're grateful for. If you don't have a buddy, I'll read them and post you back. I'd love to do that with you. As I shared, we have our gratitude practice we do every morning. I shared that. Naked. We do it naked.
Oh,
That's
right.
even more fun because it feels really good.
Right. That's great.
So leave you guys with a little humor and entertainment
That's
today.
totally hot.
That's totally hot.
That's totally hot.
So you can always find something to be grateful for if you're naked.
Ah. All right. So you guys practice gratitude, practice your manifestation, and we'll be seeing you next Tuesday on Recovery Talk at 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 5 p.m. California time. And thank you, Joni Max, for being on the call. It was a blast. Thanks for popping in.
Thanks for popping in, Loyal.
See you later.
Bye.
Aloha.